Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. User testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Oakland Roots and Sacramento Republic wasted no time in turning up the temperature here in USL's newest rivalry, and we are set for the third installment coming to you live tonight from Las Positas College. Glad you could join us on this Wednesday night on ESPN Plus with USL veteran Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Warm-ups and injury time brought to you by Muir Orthopedic Specialists online or in person. Muir Orthopedic Specialists provide specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. Now, Ricky, the importance of this matchup is twofold as we take a look at the Puma Pacific Division standings. First of all, of course you want to win a derby, but second of all, we have two teams looking to begin their climb up the Pacific Division standings.
It's a huge match here. Oakland, they need 3 points. You know they want to get these 3 points to kickstart their season, but Sacramento, you know they need these 3 points as well, so I'm expecting a really big fight tonight and a great game.
Sacramento coming off a stretch here in which they haven't lost in 4 matches. A big part of that, Darek Formella. What more can you say about what he's done offensively for Sac Republic?
I mean, his stats talk for himself. 3 goals, 2 assists. He has the most chances created on his team. He likes to get involved. He has a great finishing touch, and he can play that killer ball, but look for him to have a big impact tonight.
And on the flip side, for Oakland Roots, the East Bay community player to watch is Brandon Allen. There's no time like the present to get on track for somebody who has a great track record here in USL.
Yeah, as a forward, you need goals, you need confidence, so look for him to get on the score sheet tonight. You know he's hungry, he wants a goal, he's a big forward, he's a target forward, can hold the ball up, has a great left foot, and look for him to be a focal point in Oakland's attack.
53 goals, 11 assists in his USL career. Still looking for his first goal and assist here with Oakland Roots. It was a 3-3 draw the first time around in a match with more ups and downs than the Hills here in Livermore, California, and a tight 0-0 draw the second time around. What is in store tonight in edition number 3 of the Oakland-Sacramento rivalry? We will find out. Lineups and kick are next on ESPN Plus.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
Welcome back to what has become par for the course. Very windy Livermore, California. Wind whipping at about 20 miles an hour, as it has been for each of Oakland's home games here in the hills of California. With Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Joe Malfa. We take a look now at the starting lineups. You have to navigate that wind, brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross, starting with Sacramento.
I'm looking at Fatai Alashe in the middle of the field. It's a derby match, so it's going to be really important for him to dictate the tempo, get his teammates' confidence up, and connect it front to back.
On the flip side, Oakland Roots lineup pretty much the same shape and players we've seen of late, but Brandon Allen back up there after not getting the start last game against Tacoma.
Yeah, he's a big one tonight. He needs confidence, he needs service, he needs the ball, and he needs goals. So look for him to be a focal point, and you know he's hungry to get a goal tonight.
And again, these teams will have to navigate that wind. We've seen it come into play on goal kicks, on free kicks. Last time we were here, Orange County, they scored a free kick goal using that wind to their advantage against Oakland. And that's always something that the players don't want to have to worry about, but will have to worry about in a time like this. Ricky, how difficult is it when the wind is whipping that much? Do you try to keep everything on the ground, or do you just play as it is?
Of course, the ball is... You can't read the ball when it's in the air with this kind of wind, so you have to keep it on the ground. You have to play as much as you can on the ground and just kind of keep the ball and make the other team run, because the wind is... It's really hard to play.
Oakland in their home black, Sacramento in the road white tops, red bottoms. William Hoffman, the official, in yellow, just about set to get things rolling from Las Positas College. Oakland will start from left to right. You can hear the wind whipping. And we are underway in Livermore, California. Kickoff presented by User Testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Visit usertesting.com to learn more. Now, the one thing that Oakland was able to accomplish in the 3-1 loss against Tacoma last week was a quick start. They didn't score a goal, but they were able to dictate the tempo early on. See if they can recapture that form early on here. Formella fizzes one across. Mumba takes it away.
One thing I'm going to look for in this match, the derby match, is playing in the center of the park. You need to have confidence. You need to have composure. You need to dictate the tempo of the game. So it's a really big matchup for the two guys in the middle for both teams.
Interestingly enough, both of these teams' most recent game was against Tacoma. It was that 3-1 loss for Oakland. This came on this past Sunday. For Sacramento, it was a 1-1 draw last Thursday. Sacramento in that game got the early goal from Jerome Kiesewetter, who is not available tonight. Scored in the 18th minute, and then Tacoma tied it up in the 82nd minute. And teams earn a point each. Oakland, on the other hand, again, they dictated the first half hour or so. Just a disastrous goal they let in. Zeus De La Paz mistimed the clearance. It deflected off of Sam Adeniran into the goal in the 26th minute. They went down 1-0. They found their form again after that, but then a PK, 45+1, and then a really questionable call, 45+4, led to them going down 3-0 at the half. But Jordan Farrell said that team, something clicked on at halftime for them in that locker room talk. Players were animated, he was animated, and they want to carry that into this game.
Of course, growing from that second half performance, you know this team is coming into confidence. They're playing at home, so they need 3 points. And if you're not up for a derby match, why are you playing the game? This is a huge match for Oakland.
Of course, of course. This one is the one that these teams have had circled. And again, it's the first season of this rivalry, but they are local Californian teams that already do not like each other. And now Jordan Farrell started to go down that path in our chat this week. He stopped himself, wouldn't shed light on exactly what stemmed the animosity, but he already said these teams very much don't like each other.
Yeah, and that's much more why they need 3 points, right? You talk with the field, you talk with goals, you talk with points. So these two teams, they need these points, and they really want this win to kind of get a hand up in the derby. So I'm excited for tonight.
Paul Blanchette able to clear it. It was something similar to that last week, or on Sunday, rather. Zeus De La Paz let the goal in against Tacoma. Blanchette not going to be taking any chances, I imagine, in this one after seeing what happened. And Jordan Farrell's very confident in Zeus De La Paz and his ability to respond from that. He made a few incredible saves after that, didn't let it get to him, and he is a really strong shot-stopping keeper. It's just a matter of working with the feet. You bring in Blanchette, who's a USL veteran, and Farrell's really excited about the competition these two guys can have as the season goes along.
Yeah, as a player, you want competition. It pushes you to be the best player you can be, and as a goalkeeper, you need confidence, right? That's the main thing you need to have is confidence, and I'm looking for one of these two to kind of stamp their name in the lineup and carry on in the 11.
Now, Oakland fans, you might be holding your breath here because a week and a half ago, Miko Kuningas for Orange County scored a free kick from here. It was a very quirky play. This one sent in and headed away. Dealt with better this time. A left-footed free kick a couple of weeks ago that was sent perfectly to the back post. Paul Blanchette wasn't sure to come out, let it be, come out, let it be, and then everybody let it be, ended up in that back post. But this time the right-footed service from Formella. Not troublesome for anybody involved. Ricky, we talked a lot about the wing play with Jordan Farrell this week. How he likes the outside backs to get forward and how the wings will flip-flop. It's something, though, that he wants to see more consistency from. He likes the fact that they're able to be versatile. He likes the fact that they've shown this energy, but he wants to start seeing some more consistent wing play from them.
As an opposing team, it's super hard when guys are interchanging and moving across the field, because if you're playing right back and you know you're playing against this guy and he ends up on the other side of the field, you're kind of confused. So it's a really good tactic, but it's very hard to get down. It's very hard. It's a lot of training that goes on in the training pitch to kind of get comfortable in that kind of system. But if they can get it down, it's going to be really important for Oakland, and look for them to create chances throughout on the wings.
And in speaking with Mark Briggs for Sacramento, on the flip side for him, it's just they've been trying to get a read on Oakland on film, but because of all the versatility and the flip-flopping, it's tough to get a read on Oakland. So it's a matter of coming out in the first 15 minutes, kind of finding your feet underneath you, seeing what Oakland's going to bring on that given night, and then reacting to it. Kai Green over the top, looking for Danny Flores. Flag stays down. Chuy Enriquez has some space. Laid back out to Flores from Diaz. And now all the way back from Fisore to Green.
And if you're Oakland, that's a good sign. You like Flores, you like Enriquez to get involved. They're crafty, creative players. So look for them to link up tonight, and that's a good sign to get them going early and often.
Chuy Enriquez, the team leader in chances created with 11. 9 starts this season for Enriquez. Take a look at the injury report brought to you by Anthem. Carl Weir, Tarek Murad out for Oakland. A trio of players out for Sacramento, and one of them they hoped especially to have in tonight was Kiesewetter. Bowen leads the team in goals as well, but Kiesewetter in good form, scored in their last game, a player you're very familiar with as a teammate last season. They're looking to get him back as soon as they can.
And he's a big loss for Sacramento. He has a great finishing touch. I know personally, I've watched him in training, I've trained with him, I've played in games with him, and he's a really good player, and that's a big loss for Sacramento, especially, you know, his confidence is high. He got a goal last game, so, you know, Mark Briggs is itching to get him back.
On loan right now from Tulsa. Don't see that a ton. Loans within USL. But Tulsa wanted him to get some minutes, and Mark Briggs needed some goal scoring. It's something he's harped on whenever we've had a chance to chat this season. The chances are there. The finishing clinical touch isn't there. And he wanted to bring in a Kiesewetter to help kind of stoke the flames and get some competition going, hopefully to rise everybody's form. So far, so good on that front with the goal from Kiesewetter. Felipe. Lacroix. And it's forced out by Fisore. Kai Green claiming it's Oakland ball. Looks like he'll win that debate. Green making now his 6th start for Oakland as that back line begins to form some more continuity together. Emra Clementa has been immense at left center back for Oakland. The USL veteran has 91 appearances for Sacramento in his back pocket. Won a championship with Sacramento as well back in 2014. A lot of cross-pollination between these two teams in terms of the players and the coaches. Jordan Farrell, head coach for Oakland, has spent some time in the Sacramento organization in his career as well. Quickly taken from Sacramento. Space from Mumba. Mumba scored the first time these teams met, and it was an incredible strike at that up the left flank. Sent all the way across. Brandon Allen trying to hold it up, taken down. Sacramento able to clear.
And it didn't come off there, but you love to see the service into Brandon Allen. He's a forward who plays on confidence, as every forward does, and you need him to get service. You need him to get touches on the ball. You need him to get comfortable in this game and look for him to get on the score sheet, and it's good service. I know it didn't come off that time, but that's what you want as a forward. You want the ball.
Brandon Allen debuted for the club in their 3-0 loss against LA Galaxy a couple of weeks back. That was their first game back after their 2-week COVID pause. And Jordan Farrell believes that he is on the verge of finally breaking out as he has more chemistry with his teammates. One thing, and Ricky, as a striker yourself, you could probably relate to this very well. One thing that Jordan Farrell pointed out, the players around Brandon Allen took some time getting used to where he wants the ball. They kept playing it into the channels, whereas he wants it mainly up the middle and a chance to latch onto it.
Yeah, there's a chance here. But Brandon Allen's a player, he wants the ball to feet. He wants to combine with players. He has a really good touch on his left foot, so he'd like to drop it and make runs in behind. He's a fox in the box. He's really creative in his runs in the box that I know personally. I've played against him in college quite a few times, but he's not a player that's going to run in behind, no. He wants the ball in and around the box and to have clean finishes, and he's a typical hold-up player as a number 9.
And as his teammates are now getting used to that, Jordan Farrell thinks the goals and assists will start to flow for a player who has 53 goals, 11 assists in his USL career. All-league first team back in the 2016 season. Could have another debut tonight for Oakland. Quincy Amarikwa was announced as a signing today. He could be a big piece in the attack as well. Plenty of MLS experience for Amarikwa.
Yeah, it's a big pickup for Oakland there. He's going to be an impact player, not just on the field, but off the field with his experience, kind of bringing the young guys along, kind of having that winning mentality throughout the team, because this team needs a leader. This team needs someone who's going to put the team on the back and kind of be like, hey, get on my back and watch what I do. And Quincy Amarikwa is that type of player. So I'm excited to see him. Hopefully he can get on the field tonight.
Oakland winless in the last 10, but they believe things are starting to take shape as players are getting into the fold. Brandon Allen made his debut, as I mentioned, a couple of weeks ago. Amarikwa is there now. Jose Hernandez not available tonight, but rather not available for the starting 11 tonight, but he just came into the mix a couple of games ago. They're starting to get their best 11 out there, and it's going to hopefully show soon for results. Jordan Farrell thinks so, at least. Enriquez sends it across. Rebound missed there. Out to Mumba. He chips it. And in the end, he'll just anger Tomas Gomez as he berates his back line. But no opportunity there falls for Oakland.
Yeah, it's going to take something special there to beat Gomez. Here's a replay here. It's far too easy, this back line from Sac, and Enriquez is really crafty to get him behind. But it's going to take a spectacular finish to beat Gomez at that angle. But if you're Oakland, it's good signs. You're pressing forward, and Gomez rightly upset at his back line. Too easy there for Sac.
15th start of the season for Gomez. Two-time Golden Glove winner in USL Championship. Back-to-back years, 2016-2017. With the Rochester Rhinos. Now Bob Lilly, as a head coach, has just manufactured Golden Glove winners seemingly every season. And Gomez was the beneficiary of that twice. William Hoffman will bring this back as the advantage never really showed up for Sacramento. Emra Clementa wearing the captain's armband tonight. Commits the foul. And that's some tremendous respect that Oakland and the players have shown Emra Clementa as a veteran of this league, already earning the captain's armband. He just signed on June 5th. That came after, the week after these teams met for the first time.
We're 13 minutes in, but this is really an important dead ball piece for Sac with this win. Good ball in.
Formella floats it. Kai Green flicks it out. That's 2 set pieces now for Sacramento, and twice Oakland's dealt well with it.
You can see what Sac's trying to do. They try to play that ball to the back post to get a header cross and to crash the box, but it's really good. It's really well defended there by Oakland.
Jordan McCrary seems like he's gearing up for a launch into the middle of the box here. Here it is, top of the 6, and Blanchette comes out to make the grab.
Strong goalkeeping there. You love to see that if you're Oakland.
McCrary scored the equalizer the first time these teams met, that 3-3 game in what was a wild 10 minutes. It was 2-1 Oakland going into the half. Cam Iwasa scored in the 60th minute. Jeremy Bokila subbed on in the 64th minute. He put Oakland back up 3-2 in the 66th minute. And then McCrary, right off that kickoff in the 68th minute, made it 3-3. One of the craziest 10-minute stretches, not only of Oakland season or Sacramento season, but of the entire USL Championship season. Just a wild 10 minutes. That was the first time these teams met in USL Championship. It set a very high bar for this derby going forward.
That it did. That is a lot of goals and not so much time. That's hard to keep track of, but hopefully they can score some goals tonight and we have an exciting game.
Quarter hour in, still 0-0. That's how it finished the second time these teams met back on July 7th. A game where Oakland really clung on. They didn't see many opportunities go their way. They had the possession, but it was a game where Sacramento kind of sat back, let Oakland possess around their defensive half. For only 46% of the possession, Sacramento had 19 shots in that game. They were very efficient going forward, just couldn't find the goal in the end. Diaz sends one through, and it's dealt with by Dan Casey. Mumba out wide, looking for Takahashi. Visore, Flores, and forced back. Diaz nearly gives it away with a heavy touch, and he will just reset by going all the way back to Blanchette.
That's really well defended there by Sacramento. You saw as one player went, his whole team followed to close down the ball and to force Oakland to play all the way back to their goalkeeper.
Oakland Roots face LA Galaxy at home this Saturday, August 14th. Limited number of single game tickets are available. Visit oaklandrootssc.com/tickets for more information and to secure your tickets now. Iwasa looking to take it down, just past Formella. Out to Takahashi. Mumba, the 19-year-old, heavy touch there. Regathers it. Flores. Into the path of Mumba. Entering the box, Mumba. And it's dealt with by McCrary. Rather, that's Harish coming in from the wing. Johannes Harish gets the start tonight. He earned it the way he played the last half an hour against Tacoma. Flores, end line, in front, save made. Tomas Gomez still alive. Enriquez, well done by Oakland taking that corner quickly. And now finally McCrary heads it away.
What feat by Harish there to get away from a couple defenders on the end line. But what a save that is from Tomas Gomez. That's why he's one of the highest rated keepers in the whole USL.
First big stop either keeper has had to make. An Oakland squad that has seen opportunities few and far between. Their goal on Sunday came on an incredible free kick from Valfal in the 55th minute as they tried to claw their way back.
Great ball.
Takahashi against McCrary. Gets a ball in, back post. Cut off in front of Brandon Allen. Dan Casey, a couple of times now he's had to come up big with his head in the box. Sacramento unbeaten in their last 4 with 2 wins, 2 draws. And they've used the momentum of a very exciting late draw against Orange County from 3 games ago to help springboard them forward. Kibunguchi, 90+4, equalized that game. And they followed that up with a big 3-1 win over New York Red Bulls 2 in a cross-conference matchup. It's a team that saw some positive form early in the season, saw quite the dip in form, Sacramento, but they're on the upswing again.
Yeah, we're 19 minutes in here. And if I'm Coach Briggs, I want Alashe on the ball. I want him to dictate the tempo. It's been kind of close one there. It's been kind of a one-way traffic for Oakland. And you want, coming into a derby match that's away from home, you want your team, you want your 6 and 8 to hold the ball, to connect players, to get the ball rolling, to get confidence within the team. So look for him to get on the ball more and kind of run that offense for Sacramento.
Johannes Harish draws the foul. Diaz finds Fisore. Searching ball in for Flores. And cleared away by Hayden Sargis. Sargis has been a part of this Sacramento club for quite some time now. 19 years old, part of their academy since 2015. Now in his second year as a pro.
And this is okay for Oakland. Be patient in your build-up. There you go. You see the space open, then you take it. It's okay. You don't need to force balls in.
Flores out to Diaz. Back to Flores. Shields off Alashe. Now Mumba. Harish centrally goes back to Fisore. More of that patience, Ricky, as they reset.
Of course, you want the opposing team to move side to side. You want them to get tired. You want them to chase the ball so that when gaps open up, you're able to exploit those gaps. And it's really well done that what they're doing now. Great idea there, but did not come off. And great repress from Takahashi.
Wins it for Oakland. An even better response then from McCrary. Those two trading haymakers out on the wing. Green gets a foot to it. Iwasa keeps it alive. Overlap comes from Lacroix. Iwasa didn't get a ball in, was looking at the bodies forward in the box. Played off to Alashe instead, and now Sacramento will display some patience of their own and go all the way back for Tomas Gomez. See plenty of that Sacramento red in the stands as well. Very short distance between these two teams. Without the local traffic in the area, which is always quite heavy, it's supposed to only take about an hour to get between the two places, but the traffic never lets that happen.
Yeah, you can never predict the traffic in California, can you, huh?
Apologies for the brief technical difficulties, but we are back. 23 minutes gone. Joe Malfa here alongside Ricky Lopez Espin. Third meeting between these two rivals in the Pacific Division, Oakland and Sacramento. Oakland comes in 1-8-3, looking to begin their climb up the table. Big 3 points up for grabs. Sacramento just above them in the standings as well at 4-6-5. And Oakland still has all those games in hand from the early choppy start to the schedule. So far, the best chance of the game has gone Oakland's way. Johannes Harish had the chance. Tomas Gomez made the big stop for Sacramento. Harish really changed the game against Tacoma on Sunday for Oakland when he came in with his fresh legs. Just brings an incredible energy to the field. He's a fan favorite for all the Roots fans. Born in Eritrea, moved to Oakland at the age of 14. Became a pro through the Soccer Without Borders program. Wears the very odd number 91 for a soccer player for a couple of reasons. First of all, his home country gained their independence in 1991, and the number 9 also represents the 9 different ethnicities of Eritrea, and the 1 represents the fact that they are one nation. He wore that number for Oakland in Nisa. People were wondering if he might change it once they go to USL for a more conventional number, but he's sticking to it, and it's a great story behind it for Johannes Harish, a fan favorite for the Oakland Roots.
Yeah, stay with 91. What a story that is, and you know he wears 91 proud on his back.
Danny Flores in some pain. Player orthopedic care provided by Dr. Rolth and Muir Orthopedic Specialists, online or in person. Muir Orthopedic Specialists provides specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. You've seen the intensity there, first 25 minutes. Sacramento, Ricky, doesn't seem like they're comfortable in the attacking third. Anytime they've gone forward, it's been maybe one pass and then cleared away on either a header from Oakland or a well-timed challenge. And we're not used to seeing that from Sacramento when they get into the final third.
And a big miss is Jerome Kiesewetter. He's someone that can hold the ball, and they don't have that. They don't have that in the squad tonight. So you know Mark Briggs is getting on Alashe, Felipe, Bellamar, Formella to hold the ball, get confidence within the team, bring players in, because they're giving the ball away far too easy in these first 26 minutes. So you know Mark Briggs is in all these players' ear.
A look at the challenge here. That put Flores down. Seemed like he took a knee to the back, and that's what he was holding when he went down. Unintentional. Seemed like a well-timed challenge initially, possibly, from Luis Felipe, who is now chatting with Mark Briggs. Felipe, one of the many players in this Sacramento starting lineup with MLS experience. The San Jose Earthquakes over the last 3 years, 21 appearances. And then had a stint back in 2017 with Reno in USL, 5 goals in that stretch. 2 goals, 2 assists this season for Luis Felipe. Both of those goals came just 2 games ago against New York Red Bulls too. Danny Flores trying to shake off the challenge from Luis Felipe. Having a chat with Jordan Farrell now on the sideline. It seems like Flores wants to continue as he makes his walk back to the touchline.
It was a hard challenge coming in from the backside for Flores, but I think he'll be okay. You know he wants to play in this game. It's a big game, and his team needs him. So look for him to get back on the field, and that's the type of players you want, competitive players that nothing will take them off the field.
Chuy Enriquez, a little bit too eager. Flag pops up for offside. And we've seen physical games the first 2 times these teams met. 27 fouls the first time around, 24 the second time around. As Jordan Farrell said in our chat this week, it has not taken long for these teams to kind of get after each other. They know it's a derby. They know they want to defend their local territory here. They played in the preseason, and that kind of planted the seeds for them really not liking each other, and it carried over certainly into the regular season.
And when there's points involved, you know, the stakes are so much higher. So look for both teams to, I mean, we've already seen it. It's been a battle in the midfield. It's been a battle everywhere. And they need these 3 points. Both teams do.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. 75% of the possession right now going Oakland's way. Tomas Gomez confident off the line as that ball just hung up there in the wind. And the wind swirls here at Las Positas. If you keep an eye on the corner flags, one moment it'll be blowing stiffly out towards the far side. Next moment it's blowing directly towards the midfield circle. It is constantly changing and whipping. here in Livermore, California.
It's always tough as a player when you're playing with these types of wins. It's really unpredictable, so you got to play simple, keep the ball on the deck, move the ball, and try your best not to put it in the air, because who knows what happens when the ball's in the air with this type of win.
Carlton Belmar up the right flank for Sacramento. Formella there for support. And it's dug out by Harish. Continues to provide that spark on the left side for Oakland. Lacroix, team leader with 3 assists, looking to find the right pass there in the final third. But again, Ricky, more of the same. Once they get to the final third, their first ball in is sent back away from Oakland.
And that's when the game is screaming for a player like Formella to get on the ball, create. He's their special player right now. He has 3 goals and 2 assists. He's able to bring players in, create. So Mark Briggs wants him on the ball. Here he is now.
Formella can create from anywhere. They just got to get it to him. Here he is again. Overlap from Lacroix. Inventive ball in. Shouts for handball, waved off immediately by Hoffman. Certainly looked to take a bounce off the hand. Question is the intent and where it was positioned. Looked like Clementa had the hand right at his side. First corner now of the match for Sacramento. Another look at it here.
Yeah, what a cheeky ball in that is for Formella, but there's nothing there for me.
Nothing there, yep.
Not a handball.
Hit the hand, but right at his side. Unintentional. Didn't really impact things. Well done by William Hoffman to just play on. Corner on the ground. All the way through. Takahashi a chance to counter. Looks around, sees it's 1v5, but he goes at it anyway.
Well done. You love the bravery there from Takahashi. He knows it's 1v5. The best he can do is just keep the ball, and he draws a throw-in. Well done there.
Flores, we talked about it earlier, they will flip-flop their midfielders and their wingers a lot. After the injury from before, Flores is back out there now on the left. Sacramento unbeaten in their last 4. Oakland has lost 5 straight. Winless in the last 10. Within that, there were a lot of tight games. They had a 4-game stretch, Oakland, with a pair of 0-0 draws and a pair of 1-0 losses, games that could have gone either way. They've just lacked a scoring touch, which is interesting because they started the season on such a tear. In 2 of their first 3 games, the 3-2 win over LA Galaxy 2 and the 3-3 draw against Sacramento. 6 goals in those 2 games, and then just the lights went out offensively.
And you have to think that Quincy Amarikwa is going to bring a different dynamic to this team. He's a player who can run in behind. He can hold the ball. He's great athletically. So look for Coach Farrell to get him involved tonight and hopefully kickstart this offense. And you need this man to get going. You need him to get more touches. If you're Enriquez, Flores, Harish, you need to get him the ball, get his confidence up.
Favorable bounce for Oakland off the midsection of Mumba and back again for Green. Over the top. Harish finds it and keeps it in. Back on the left side again, they switched with Flores coming to the right. They are liable to do that very, very often, and Harish draws a foul.
Yeah, it's well done by Harish to run that ball down. When there's not the best situation, your back's against the corner flag and McCrary is pressuring you, but to grab a foul and get a chance for your team, well done there. It's a really important dead ball for Oakland here. You want to put the ball in a situation where Gomez is kind of caught in no man's land. Does he come out? Does he stay in? Look for a really good service.
When your team is struggling to score goals, you turn to set pieces and making them count. They did it on Sunday. Valfall scored directly from the free kick. Now Chuy Enriquez looking to supply the delivery for the opener. Not that time. August is USL Supporters Month. We want to hear from you. Visit uslchampionship.com/supporters-month for more information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the supporter of the week. Not the best back pass from Diaz. Green dealt with it. Heavy challenge in the middle. Matias Fisore, in his first year in the United States, laughs it off. The 30-year-old midfielder, the linchpin in the middle for Jordan Farrell. Helps open up the attack, helps back defensively. Everything flows from him as they go from defense to offense and vice versa. Was very happy with the combo play between Fisore and Jose Hernandez. Unfortunately, Hernandez not fit to start tonight. But that's a relationship that Jordan Farrell's very excited to see grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, Jose Hernandez is a really creative player. He likes to get on the ball, and he's a pleasure to play with. I played it with him for a year, and he's a pleasure to play with. He's a really good number 10. He likes to link up, combine, and he's a big miss tonight, but look for him to be a big piece in this Oakland team moving forward.
Not the biggest player out there, but a big piece for Oakland, all of 5'3", but has wreaked havoc in the midfield.
And if I'm Mark Briggs, I want Belmar to get more involved. Great run here.
Alache tucks it back. Top of the box shot is blocked. Second opportunity brewing for Sacramento, but it's cleared away. Memo Diaz stepping in.
Well done by Alache to pick out a trailing run at the top of the box. A lot of the times you see players get in that position, they just smack the ball across and it doesn't even hit past the first defender. So well done by him to pick up his head and find a player.
Flores through to Enriquez. Up the right side, Enriquez sends a ball in towards that back post. And again, just kind of in no man's land. Not really a shot, not really a cross. Very easy for Tomas Gomez to pluck.
Going back to that thought, but if I'm Coach Briggs, I want Belmar to get more involved. He has a lot of space on him, so you want him to get involved. You want him to cause havoc on that right flank. He's been a little bit quiet in this first half, and he's a big impact player. And you know Briggs needs him to get going.
10th start of the season, has a goal, has an assist, and has a personal trophy to his name, the 2015 Rookie of the Year. When he was with Timbers too, 43 career goals for Carlton Belmar and USL Championship, the all-time leader for Sporting Kansas City too. Iwasa, the all-time leading scorer for Sacramento, and he puts in a challenge on Blanchette. He's a man that Mark Briggs wants to get going as well. Just one goal this season, 50 to his name in a Sacramento uniform. The franchise leader just hasn't clicked for him so far.
And as a forward, you play on confidence. So once one goal goes in, then your confidence skyrockets and the floodgates open. So same as Jordan Allen, you know Iwasa wants to get a goal tonight and get his season going and score more goals down the line.
And a good opponent for Iwasa to do it against. He scored his first and so far only goal of the season against Oakland in that crazy 3-3 game. Again, that was the goal that set off that wild 10 minutes. He scored in the 60th, Bokila 66th, McCrary 68th, as that one finished 3-3, a wild ride that was at Heart Health Park in Sacramento. Flores commits the foul on Felipe. Those two went at it earlier. It was Felipe's challenge that left Flores injured momentarily. Something to keep an eye on as this game goes along, as the derby heats up.
You know he wanted to get him back. Fair play.
Derby match, fouled hard early, gets his retaliation, but now we see where things go from there. Does it continue to escalate? Does it settle down? You never know in a match like this.
And that's a big thing to keep your head. You know, your adrenaline's running high. You're really competitive, but you had to keep your head in games like this. You cannot pick up silly yellow cards or even silly red cards. You want to stay with 11 on the field. So you know the coaches are going to have talking to those two players to keep their heads and play the game and not go after the man.
Tonight's small business of the match, brought to you by American Express, is Full Belly Bakery, located on 23rd Ave in Oakland. Check out Full Belly Bakery at fullbellybakery.com for designer cakes made for any occasion. Flores pressures, forces Sargis out wide. Well done by Takahashi. Wins it. Allen, heavy touch. Upset with himself. Looks at the ground. Wonders what went wrong with that touch.
But it's good collective pressure there from Oakland, making it really hard for Sacramento to get out of their own half. Good ball.
That ball swerved a couple of times in the air, right onto the foot of Lacroix in the end. Now Formella finds an option inside. Alache. McCrary. Inside for Iwasa. Former teammate of Emra Clementa. Now the two going at it on opposite sides. And McCrary just takes his eye off of it.
Didn't come off that time, but it's a great ball into Iwasa to hold the ball, to get some teammates involved, to get the confidence going. And if you're Sacramento, you want that to keep happening. You want him to get involved, get more touches, and have his confidence higher.
Just not in sync in the attacking half. Formella can't hold on to it. 3 shots, 2 on target for Oakland, 2 shots, neither on target for Sacramento. And a 65-35 edge in possession for Oakland. And Wassa to ground after that one, can't blame him.
Took a hard hit there.
Clementa hangs around the check on his former teammate. Iwasa probably needs a moment to regather himself here. That was a rocket off the midsection.
Yeah, those are not fun, let me tell you. I've had my fair share of those, and those are not fun. Those really hurt.
Makes you question the next time you pressure one as a forward. Next time, Ricky, you might just dance out of the way of that and let it get sent up the field.
You would like to think so, but when you're a forward, you want the ball. You'll do anything for it. So I don't expect Iwasa to settle down for the next one.
Iwasa, 28 years old, 6th overall season in Sacramento. Was broken up in there, the streak of seasons with Sacramento, by spending one with Sporting Kansas City. 4th round pick by the Montreal Impact back in 2015. His name is atop a lot of the leaderboards for Sacramento, but again, namely the goal total with 50. A smile from his former teammate Clementa.
They'll be talking about that one after the game.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Next time they're hanging about, and again, Sacramento, Oakland not too far, I think Clementa might owe Iwasa a dinner for that one. Iwasa entered the fray for Sacramento in 2015. That was after their title-winning season of 2014 when Clementa helped them lift that trophy. Blanchette gets it back into play. Hasn't had much to do tonight. Oakland will look to keep it that way. They've struggled defensively ever since their return from the COVID pause. Understandably so. During that stretch, you can't really get the same time on the field, the same time together. 3 of the 4 matches since then, they've given up 3 goals. 3 against LA Galaxy 2, 3 against Orange County. Interestingly enough, 1 against Phoenix, the offensive powerhouse of the league, but then 3 against Tacoma in the next match.
And if you're Coach Ferrell, you want your team to realize that, first of all, and kind of come together and defend as a unit from front to back, and kind of take it personally when you let up 3 goals. It's really hard to win a game when 3 goals go into your own goal. It's extremely hard. So Coach Ferrell wants to nail that on the head first and get his team defensively sound.
Enriquez, a long run, shielded off by Lacroix. who continues his run but gives it away. Mumba. Harish opens up, has Takahashi out wide, and sends it that way.
And it was really well done by Lacroix to win that ball, but you have to connect that pass. You cannot give Oakland the ball back in that situation.
Green hits it over the top, playing it into the wind, hoping it would die down from Memo Diaz, but gathered by Tomas Gomez. Two of the East's best clash to kick off a fall to remember when the USL on ESPN continues. Perennial contenders Louisville City FC travel to Dillon Stadium to meet Hartford Athletic in a potential playoff preview September 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
What a game that's going to be, huh?
Hartford in that Eastern Conference has a big one coming up this week as well. More on that at halftime, but there's so many teams at the top in the East trying to emulate what Louisville has been able to do over the last few years. And what better chance than going up against them for Hartford to go at that one, hosting the two-time champion Louisville. Pennanen sets up the free kick as we're set to enter stoppage time. 3 minutes will be added.
Again, you want a good service around the penalty area to kind of freeze Blanquette there.
Pennanen, good delivery. Still alive after the header from Diaz. Sargis outside. Pennanen gets it back. The shot from Pennanen, always rising. Positive signs near the end of the half from Sacramento. Might have taken a touch in there as the official pointed out to the corner.
And it's a good initial ball, but it's really well defended here by Oakland. But it's all about this cheeky header from Sargis. You think he's going to put it back in the mix, but he just flicks it wide.
Corner sent in. The header nowhere near the goal frame in the end from Alache. Not bad, though, from Sacramento. Some of their best signs of life offensively coming here in stoppage time. Something to build on as you go into the locker room then when you talk things over with Mark Briggs.
And it just shows you how important dead balls are. These two last chances came from a corner kick and a free kick. So you know Mark Briggs would like to get more attacking power through the run of play, but he'll take these dead balls, and the most important thing is to get good services on them and focus and put them in dangerous areas.
Harish tried to take a little bit too much space. Back for Mumba, and now back into play with Takahashi. Green, giveaway. Pennanen takes it. Well done by Green to win it back. Make the mess, clean it up.
Yeah, it's not the best place to turn over the ball, but it's well done to recover and win that ball back for your team. And one thing Coach Farrell, I think, will tell his team going into halftime is they're doing well to keep the ball, be patient, but the ball needs to move quicker and needs to be able to pull Sacramento out of their positions, to find gaps, to play in between the lines. And you need players like Flores. You need players like Flores, Enriquez, Harish, Allen to pop into those holes to get the ball in the turn and run at this back line from Sac.
This game for Oakland is looking a lot so far like the first time they met Orange County. Heavy possession advantage, control the tempo of the game, just couldn't find the opportunities. And they were caught out on one counterattack. Almost were there, but the pass too heavy across for Formella. Were caught out on one counterattack in the last minute of stoppage time in the first half and lost that game 1-0. So lessons to build upon for a team here in their first season in USL Championship. I'm sure that game right now may be on the mind of Jordan Farrell. Learning from it, looking to improve upon it here against Sacramento.
And they just escaped a dangerous situation. And that ball's a little bit better placed in front of Formella. He's in on goal.
And we are going to the break. 0-0 between these two teams. The third consecutive half they have played without a goal after tying 0-0 on July 7th. But the opportunities started to fall a little bit later in that first half.
And this is when you need your players to step up, your special players. Formella, Flores, Enriquez, Harish, Allen, to get the ball, to create something, have a bit of magic. And this game is screaming for a bit of magic. So I'm excited for the second half.
And we will be back for the second half momentarily. But first, the Anthem halftime show We'll take you around USL Championship with Devin Kerr's edition of The Dish and look around at some more things going on right now as things pick up here in the summer. The action coming hot and heavy every week in USL Championship. 0-0 right now through 45. Emmer Clemente trying to will his team on before they go into the locker room. And we'll be back momentarily for the Anthem halftime show.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Our world is made up of digital experiences, experiences that rely on the movement of money. From payments to purchases, from transactions to transfers, Marqeta's modern card issuing platform enables companies to issue physical, virtual, and tokenized cards to build their payments infrastructure. That's why leaders across industries use Marqeta to power new and innovative experiences. Marqeta, you see a card, we see endless possibilities.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
As you watch some USL Championship soccer, you need maybe a little late evening snack. Here is Devin Kerr with this week's edition of The Dish.
Week 16 of The Dish, but we're actually going to talk about 14 different things of sorts. We're going to get there. Let's start with Haji Berry, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC versus Hartford Athletic. Haji Berry from the spot, 15th on the season. He would have his 16th last night, a 1-1 draw against Memphis 901 FC. Does it really count if it's upon the penalty mark? Yes, it does. That's your Golden Boot winner right now. And Connor McGlynn only scores bangers. What a ball by Budati. Better goal by McGlynn, 1-1. Then we go back and forth. Michi Galina, he scores too. They got another guy that scores goals and apparently won gold medal for his floor routine. 5th goal on the season. But again, back and forth and back and forth. Rocket, yeah. That's a dummy. The step over, not the player who ran by. 3-1 Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Hartford Athletic, respond. Ni Arma Ashiti. Check this ball, check the finish. You're welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. Oh, what a strike from distance by Niarma Ashiti. They're back in it. 3-2. Switchbacks FC respond. Andre Lewis scores his first in the 51st. Yeah, see the math. We know the math is off. Scores his second in the 63rd. Assist, Michi Galina, 7 assists on the season. 7 assists on the season. Not to be outdone by Atlanta United, who absolutely torched Indy 11. Indy 11, it's a wake-up call. Because not 1 and not 2, 3 from Tyler Wolff. Hat trick. 5th on the season. Actually, to be fair, it would be 3, 4, and 5. I mean, dear Lord, what are you doing, Eric Dick? Wrong player, wrong direction. It's wrong everything. It's just downright wrong, except for Atlanta United 2, who keeps scoring. Mateus in the 53rd. Joe in the 58th. The assist from, you guessed it, Tyler Wolff. 3 goals and an assist. Don't mind if you do. Mejia in the 95th. Nick Moon, Peter Lee Vassell, add insult to injury. 6-2.
And David might have said there were some things wrong with Indy 11, but there's never anything wrong with Devin Kerr. We thank you for this week's edition of The Dish, and we're back with a look around USL Championship in just a moment right here on ESPN+.
am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Iggy tees it up. What a strike! And what a goal! Hartford has a goal!
And Lou City double their money. And how sweet the sound in Lynn Family Stadium.
Oakland, the town.
A world-class city where it's not just about where you're going,
But it's also where you come from. See, here, there's always room at the top.
where sky's the limit.
But roots help keep you grounded. And this is town business. If you know, you know. Some might say it's rough around the edges.
But we all know that the flavors are in the margins. It's a family affair out here.
It's all eyes on we.
Hold it down for the people holding you up. These things matter to us.
It is let's go Oakland over and over and over again, where East Oakland and West Oakland meet.
Show the town love.
And the town will love you back. Oakland, forever.
Welcome back to beautiful Las Positas College here for the Anthem Halftime Show with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. We take a look now around USL Championship with some news and notes. And we start off with a reminder that it is Supporters Month. You can head over to that link to learn a lot more about what's in store for you, the fans. Clear Audio Player of the Week, Tyler Wolff, a hat trick and an assist in Atlanta's dominant win over Indy 11, and equally as dominant, except in the coaching ranks, Mark Lowry, the Coach of the Month for El Paso Locomotive. All things seem to be running through El Paso in that division, the Mountain Division, undefeated in July. Now, Ricky, we take a look at the upcoming schedule here at this stage of the season, past the halfway mark. Some stick out to me. Which one are you circling on your calendar this week?
Well, it has to be the Phoenix Rising Orange County game. Two teams that sit on the top of that division, and it's a big 3 points for each team. You know they need those 3 points, and they want them.
I appreciate you. It's a Pacific Division game we're doing here. That's a Pacific Division game that we have to look forward to. But I'm looking at Tampa and Hartford. That game screams intrigue Friday night in the Eastern Conference. So something to be familiar with, too, for Oakland, because Tampa is on the schedule coming up for Oakland fans. But we'll take a look at the team of the week now. Alex Dixon, the one that jumps out to me. Yes, Tyler Wolff had the hat trick, but Alex Dixon braces in back-to-back games coming into this week for Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
He's a player that's full of confidence, and it's showing on the goal-scoring sheet. He's scoring goals after goals after goals, and I know he's doing well for his team. Another player that I like to point out is Aiden Daniels. 2 bangers of goals last week, and look for him. His confidence is going to be sky high.
And we'll see if anybody from Oakland or Sacramento can stake their claim for Team of the Week in Week 17 with the second half coming up from Las Positas College as the Anthem Halftime Show continues.
What do you think about our new tagline?
Have you checked that on Urban Dictionary?
That's descriptive.
How's our checkout working?
I can't add it to the cart. The chat's in the way. Frustrating.
Eye-opening.
See it how your customer sees it with user testing.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
I know not all of Oakland's games are going to be here at Las Positas, but I can get used to this sunset every time they are here at Las Positas with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. We bring the Anthem halftime show to its conclusion with a look at first half highlights, also brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities.
And it's always hard to defend a long throw, but it's really good goalkeeping here by Blanquette, and that's what you want from a goalkeeper, to be confident, to be strong in the box. Well done.
There were not a ton of chances in that first half, but the best one certainly belonged right here to Johannes Harish and the Oakland Roots.
Yeah, what a cheeky little 1-2 step around, but it's a great save here by Tomas Gomez. And if you're Oakland, you need more of this in the final third. You need to get that goal.
There wasn't much else. That was really the best opportunity for Oakland. A very cagey game between two rivals now meeting for the third time. Enriquez had this ball across. But again, just very close here to the keeper.
Yeah, you know what he's trying to do. He's trying to bend that ball around the back line to get his forwards an easy tap in. But it's, again, secure goalkeeping by Gomez. Yeah, and again, it's a great ball in. A little cheeky header here from Sargis, and good defending by Oakland. But if you're Sacramento, this is good insight going to the second half. You want more of this. You want the ball in the defensive attacking box.
And in the end, Sacramento just had those 4 shots, none on target. Big-time possession advantage for Oakland on the Anthem halftime stats. What does Sacramento need to do to start kind of stoking the flames a little bit more offensively and getting into it?
Well, first of all, you need the ball. You're giving the ball away too easy in bad positions, and one pass, the ball's going over. You need the ball. You want Pennanen and Alashe to get the ball, connect players, kickstart the attack, and you need Formella, Belmar, Felipe, Iwasa to get going. You need these guys to have confidence. You want to get them the ball because they're dangerous men.
An issue that Sacramento really hasn't had over the last 4 games in which they've been unbeaten. Just a sluggish start offensively. Plenty of time to come out of it. 45 more to go. And you see them right now in 7th place in the Puma Pacific Division standings, tied on points with Vegas, playing their game in hand tonight, and Oakland Roots with 6 points, but all those games in hand and a chance to climb the target right now. 4th place, get above that playoff line.
And it starts with winning your home games. So Oakland Roots, they need these 3 points. You know you need to defend your turf, and especially in a derby game. It doesn't get much bigger than this. You want the 3 points, you need the 3 points, and you're going to fight for the 3 points. So look for this great second half coming up.
A big potential 6-point swing in division game with this format this year in USL. Every game in division crucial because it can change things so quickly. You look one moment, a team's in 6th, they win a game, all of a sudden they're above that playoff line. A lot more to do for Oakland to get into that conversation, but you have to take that first step first. And a chance to do it tonight against their rivals on their home field here in Livermore, California. Oakland defends the right side in their home blocks, and Sacramento attacks from left to right in the white tops, red bottoms. William Hoffman ready to blow that second half whistle. 45 down without a goal. Last time these teams met, a 0-0 draw. First time they met, a 3-3 draw. Which identity will this second half take on? We find out starting now. Iwasa loses it to Fisore. And right away, it's Fisore springing Diaz into some space. Brandon Allen drops deep. As a striker, when you haven't seen a lot of the ball, do you start doing that a little bit in the second half? Maybe forcing the issue, dropping deeper, trying to receive it more just to kind of get a feel for the ball?
You do, but the coach does not want that. He wants you to stay high to stretch the defense. But as a player, you want the ball, right? You want to get on the ball. You want that confidence brewing. Uh-oh, here's a chance here.
This one falls through for Enriquez. Has runners in the box. Chuy Enriquez lays it off. Danny Flores can't get it to Brandon Allen. Great job tracking back by Luis Felipe.
But what I was saying before, yeah, you want the ball. So tendency, you're going to come to get it, to come short. You want to get connected, but essentially that does nothing for the team, right? Coach Farrell wants Brandon Allen to be the focal point, to stay high, to stretch that defense. So you have the likes of Enriquez, Flores, Harish to get on the ball and create for you.
Long toss from Diaz. In case you were wondering, no official subs at the half for either side. And Oakland tonight certainly has a very deep bench. It's the deepest bench they've had so far this season. Something that Jordan Farrell has spoken about, that they're starting to get their guys back, getting towards 100%. And it shows in the strength of their bench tonight as he can impact this second half. Enriquez finds Flores. Little heavy touch on the turn, but gets it out to Diaz. Well defended.
And Oakland came out really energetic. You see they're on the front foot here. They're pushing the issue. They want to get into the box, and for the first 2-3 minutes of this half, everything has been in their attacking half.
Lacroix, Flores battle in the corner. Pennanen can't get it past Diaz. Volfall, Jeremy Bokila, Akeem Ward, and Quincy Amarikwa, the big names on the bench for Oakland. Those four on any given day for Oakland could be focal point starters today, all coming off the bench as Oakland has to work through a very tough stretch of the schedule here. They started the season a bit later than some other teams. They had a couple of early bye weeks. They had the COVID pause, so they have to make up a lot of games. And for the whole month of August, they're playing weekend Wednesday, the whole month through. Nearly halfway through this month.
And it's tough to rotate the squad because, first of all, as a player, you never want to be on the bench, right? But secondly, it's hard to get familiar with your teammates when the lineup is constantly changing. But you need to change. It's too many games in such little time. So I'm looking forward to having these guys on the bench that come in.
Diaz, knotted away by McCrary. There were 3 black jerseys there. Only found the 1 white jersey. Harish takes a shot. Harish curling, but not enough.
And this is so much better from Oakland here. They're pushing the issue. They're confident. They came out of the second half confident. They want the goal. You can tell they need it. They want it. And you know Coach Farrell got into them, and they came out very aggressive here in the second half.
Whatever Jordan Farrell said to this team at halftime of the Tacoma game worked. They still went on to lose 3-1 after going into the half down 3-0. But the opportunities were there. They scored 10 minutes into the second half. Could have scored 3 goals 10 minutes into the second half. Now that is one knock on them, is that for all the chances they did create by that more positive second half, they only had the 1 goal to show for it. But they flipped a switch going into that second half. See if they can replicate that here. The early returns 4 minutes in, very positive for Oakland.
Yeah, when you have the firepower that they have, the thing you need is opportunities and chances. And here's a great effort here from Parrish. And again, you know what he's trying to do. He's trying to bend that ball around that corner. Good effort and good signs for Oakland if you're Coach Farrell.
Harish making his bid for more starting time and provides that depth that they need in this really grueling stretch of schedule.
And another thing I want to point out is when you bring someone in like Quincy Amarikwa and you have Bokila and you have Allen, that's really good competition for the forward position. Because these guys know if I'm not putting the ball in the back of the net, I'm not playing. So Allen needs a big game tonight. Maybe he doesn't score a goal, but he gets an assist or something along to impact the game. Because when you're playing as a number 9, you need to impact the game.
Pennanen puts a ball into Iwasa. First touch fails him. Felipe nearly gathers it. Fasore does just enough to get it away. The schedule on the flip side for Sacramento right now, a lot more forgiving, where Mark Briggs and crew can sort of gather themselves, make sure they're in full fitness. They just had the weekend off after playing last Thursday. And after the quick turnaround between this game right here and Saturday's game against Las Vegas, they get into a rhythm of playing just once every weekend for the next couple of weeks. That's where you want to be at this stage of the season. With the staggered start to the season, certain teams have had to make up different games at different times. get into a rhythm. Game on Saturday or Sunday, day or two of recovery day or two of training, travel, play a game. You want to get into that rhythm. And as Sacramento has gotten into that rhythm the last few weeks, the results have followed, unbeaten in the last 4.
Of course, when you have a rhythm as a professional athlete, as a team, your body reacts to it. You're able to, you know when you have a day off, you know when you're training, you know when the game is, you know when a travel day is, and you have time to recover. So that's something that Coach Briggs wants to take advantage of. And they seem to do that so far, and look for them to try to nick a win here tonight and keep the ball rolling. But it's very hard when you're playing every 3-4 days. It's really, really hard.
The accuracy there off the ball, off the post from Mumba, but the ball was just over the line, and tempers flaring on that sideline. Mark Briggs in the thick of things too.
Looked like he wanted to get a tackle in.
All the players over there showing the tempers, but it's Mark Briggs who has the talking to from William Hoffman. Don't see that too often where you have 3-4 players going at it, and it's the coach who gets the warning from the referee.
Yeah, the ball was out of play, and he put his foot on it, and he got kicked out from underneath him, and he was not happy about that.
The things we see in a derby match. Third time these teams are meeting. They'll meet one more time after this. That match will be a bit later in the season, though. October 6th. They will play their final regular season meeting. And at this rate, that one might be to win the season series. We had a 3-3 draw the first time and a 0-0 draw the second time, and we're getting close to a possible draw again this time around.
I think we have a bit of magic in this one, though.
Getting that sense myself as well. We've seen the teams opening up a bit. The tempers are starting to boil over. And the game opening up with it.
Again, if I'm Sacramento, I need Alashe in the ball. I need Pennant on the ball to dictate the tempo. You've been on your heels kind of for the first 10, 15 minutes of this second half. So you want to be able to settle into the game. You know Coach Briggs is yelling at these guys to get their feet underneath them, to get the confidence going up again. They ended the first half on a strong foot, and you need to keep that up coming into the second half.
And Sacramento missing Tucker Bone tonight and Jerome Kiesewetter. That does not help offensively. Kiesewetter on loan from FC Tulsa, scored in the last game. Tucker Bone leads the team with 5 goals and 14 shots. 2 big players to be missing. Johannes Harish commits the foul there. No yellow card, but you can see William Hoffman counting up the fouls. So the next one will certainly be a yellow for Harish.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Him and McCrary have been going at it all game. And McCrary, he's experienced. He's a veteran, so he knows he might start poking the bear of Harish and try to get him in the book early.
He just shoved him after that play, so he's trying to poke that bear immediately after that chat with the referee. .15 appearances in MLS for McCrary back in 2018 with Seattle Sounders. Has since become a fixture in the lineup with Sacramento. He has seen plenty of games in his day, the veteran, to know exactly which button to push in a case like this. And now you wonder, with how often Oakland does rotate their wings, do you maybe try to bring Harish over to the other side here to get him away from McCrary and just let him settle down? We've seen their wings flip-flop, what, 3-4 times already in this game? Something like that.
And that's something you love to see if you're Coach Farrell, the fluidity of this team, to be able to have the confidence. It's a hard skill to do. You see some of the best teams in the world have it down packed, and it's really hard to mark if you're Sacramento. But so far, so well. Sacramento's defense has been really tough and not giving anything easy.
Harish puts the challenge in, but Alashe comes away with it. And he has options. McCrary making that run up the right flank, gets it. McCrary sends it in. Clemente got a foot in there. Giveaway from Harish. Mumba cleans it up. Flores settles it down. One back by Lacroix. This back line for Oakland, they've bent, but they haven't broken once you get into that final third. They've kept everything out on the perimeter, out of the box. No real good opportunities in the box for Sacramento, still without a shot on target. Takahashi wins that battle.
Great defending.
Belmar still harassing him, and it's a throw for Oakland in the end. Harish goes down, flexing out the legs.
And if I'm Sacramento on that last play, I need more runners in front of Alashe. He's pushing the pace, but there's not enough movement. There's not enough movement in the box to get away from your man, to want the ball. So he has to play a ball out wide and ends up as an Oakland throw-in.
Next up for Oakland, LA Galaxy 2. Oakland Roots face them at home this Saturday, August 14th. Limited number of single game tickets are available. Visit oaklandrootssc.com/tickets for more information and to secure your tickets now. Oakland hopes to be entering that one at home off of a victory tonight against Sacramento. It'd be their first win in quite some time. Winless in their last 10. Their one win as a franchise so far against LA Galaxy 2 back on May 23rd. 7 losses, 3 draws since. 5 losses in a row ever since the COVID pause.
And the results probably haven't gone their way, but this team has belief. You can tell they're fighting for every second ball. They're fighting for each other. And that's testament to Coach Farrell, how together this team is, despite their poor form recently.
It's encouraging getting to chat with Jordan Farrell before each game. Not at any point has it seemed like he or the team have wavered in their belief. They know they still have the games in hand. They know they've dealt with injuries, with field issues, with COVID issues, and yet here they are starting to get healthy at the right time. The additions of a Jose Hernandez, Brandon Allen getting into the mix a couple of weeks ago. Now Quincy Amarikwa, possibly seeing him tonight and actually seeing him right now, right on cue. Quincy Amarikwa, the signing announced today, and he's in for Johannes Harish. That substitution brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. East Bay Community Energy providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more. So as we approach the hour mark, we get a chance to see what Amarikwa can bring to the table. A player that you are familiar with, Ricky, having trained with him in the past.
Yeah, when he was at San Jose, I had the chance to go in there when I was in college and train with him, and something that really stuck with me is his mentality. Never give up. He has a tremendous work rate. He's able to score any types of goals. He's very direct, can get in behind defenses, and you know his energy and his positivity is going to go throughout this team, and he's going to lead by example. Look for him to want to make a big impact tonight. He won't say no to a goal tonight,
no.
You know he wants one.
And that gets Harish off. Granted, he had the slight knock, it appeared, subbed off right after he went down injured, but positive note for Oakland at least is you get somebody who's been on the referee's radar off the field as well. Amarikwa's pro career goes all the way back to 2009. That was his first stint with the San Jose Earthquakes. After that, some time with the Colorado Rapids, Toronto FC, Chicago Fire, San Jose again, Montreal Impact, and DC United, before he spent last year with Las Vegas Lights in USL Championship. Well-traveled, very strong career showing at each stop.
And that last play didn't come off for Brandon Allen, but you like to see him to get involved, and you know what he's trying to do. He's trying to play that ball in behind for Amarikwa. And if you're an Oakland fan, you want to see those two get together and link up.
Felipe takes it. Gets it out wide to Formella. The return pass in, centralized. Penningen didn't get a good foot to it. Belmar waited for it. Amarikwa knocks it away, and it's last off of Belmar. He seemed like he was waiting for that volley to come down and present itself to him.
It's good interchange by Felipe and Formella. You need those two going, especially Formella. He's your special player. You need him to get on the ball and get confidence. Tough ball in there for Penningen. It's an awkward height around his knee, but good signs for Oakland. You need to keep the pressure on and keep going.
Amarikwa officially announced the signing today but has been training with the team for a couple of weeks, so there is a certain level of familiarity between he and his teammates. Chemistry so key. It's still going to take a few games for it to get up where it needs to be, but not totally new to his teammates.
And what he brings to the squad is he's just a different type of player. You see Bokila and Brendan Allen, they like to play the ball to their feet. They like to have defenders on their back and lay off and spin off. But Amarikwa is able to stretch the lines, to get in behind. He's very athletic. He has very good pace. So watch for him to make runs in behind and be trouble on this left flank.
Sargis pings one across for Belmar.
A great ball.
Pulled back from McCrary. Finds space inside. Pennanen at the end line. Pennanen all the way across. Into the hands of Blanchette. Fisore, no intent there on the pass back.
And it's a good look from McCrary to see Pennanen riding that line of the Oakland defense. And if you're Pennanen, you probably want to pick your head up and find a white shirt in the box. But again, good signs for Oakland as they're putting pressure now.
Almost generated something directly off the punt as Amarikwa was on the run. We mentioned that the bench was deep tonight for Oakland. Jeremy Bokila on his way in for Brandon Allen. Ariel Mumba on his way out for Vol Fall. And there's the respect this team has for Vol Fall. Clementa's the captain tonight to start the night. He's not coming out here, but he goes over and gives the armband to Vol Fall anyway.
Yeah, he's a big player in the center of the park. He has experience. Look for Oakland to lean on him like they will on Amarikwa. But Vol Fall is the engine of this team. He's a special player, and Jordan Farrell did not have any bad words to say about him. Oh, here's a mistake.
It's Bokila, and it's just stopped on the line. Almost an incredible introduction for Bokila, but Tomas Gomez somehow keeps it out.
And it's a missed hit here by Lacroix, but if you're Bokila, you want this back. You want to put it in the corner. If you put it anywhere else, it's in the back of the net. And what an entrance that would have been, but it's a great save by Gomez to stay tall, to stay his ground, and caress that ball and not let that ball go over the line.
Lightning almost striking twice for Bokila. He subbed in the 64th minute. Back in the first meeting between these two teams, scored in the 66th. Almost scored in the 64th after subbing in the 64th this time around. Will that wake Oakland up offensively? Seeing a chance come that close. Substitutions brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. Visit ebce.org to find out more.
And again, for Sacramento, it might be a wake-up call. You need to be better. You need to be more confident in the back to let a ball like that. I know LaCroix probably wants that one back and kind of to clear it next time, but you need to stay focused on this is the 90-minute game, and things can change in a matter of seconds.
Both of these teams still looking for their first win officially in this derby. 3-3 draw, 0-0 draw the first two times around. Bokila narrowly missed an opportunity to put his team ahead. And a giveaway here by Flores. Iwasa doesn't have any help, though, has to slow it down. Out to the right side for Belmar. They still don't have numbers. Very slow build in the attack, and Flores maybe didn't see how well his team was positioned behind him, commits the foul. And now a set piece for Sacramento.
Yeah, it's a silly foul here from Flores. You don't want to foul when the guy's going across the field. He's not putting any threat. But here, Sacramento, you need movement. Alashe gets the ball, and there's three guys standing on the far side. You want one to come to the feet, one to run in behind. Kind of have some movement to confuse this Oakland defense. It's far too stagnant if I'm Sacramento going forward.
Blanchette peers around the wall. The one-man wall of Soya Takahashi to make sure he's positioned where he should be. Very high line from Oakland, a few yards off of the top of the 18. Pennanen will deliver. Here come the runs from his teammates. Ball sent in. Backside for Mella off his thigh. Blanchette. I don't know if he had to make a stop there or got to it before. Dan Casey couldn't quite tell. All you can tell is they're both shaken up after it.
They look in pain. No ill will there, but looking back at it, what a ball that is from Penningen. And if you're from Mella, you want to hit this first time. I don't think you have time to take it down in the box. You either head it across or had to take it on the volley, which will be pretty hard, but a player of his quality can easily do that. And I think you have to take that first time in that situation.
A chat with Casey after coming in hard on that challenge. Blanchette still being tended to.
And he's had a good game so far, Blanchette. He's been confident, he's been brave, he's been able to pick up messes, be big in the box, and that's what you want for your your goalie. Be confident in it, and it spreads into the team.
Somewhat of a goaltender rotation, not quite. Zeus Delapaz, Paul Blanchette, both very capable. Jordan Farrell believes he has 2-1s with the way they've played. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr. Every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Blanchette good to go. 21.5 remaining of the 90. Surprised myself there with the math that I got right on the first try. plus whatever stoppage time has in store.
You sure you don't have a calculator there?
Don't look over here. Keep your eyes on your side of the booth. Over to Flores. Too strong on that one from Flores. Good first touch by whoever that was behind the goal. Not sure if it was a camera guy or what, but get a penny on him and get him warming up out there.
Yeah, I think I hear him call, "Put me in, coach, put me in, I'm ready."
The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Still haven't seen a change yet from Mark Briggs' side. 20 minutes to go. He certainly has a few guys on the bench that he could turn to help impact things as well. Enriquez will leave it for Diaz. We've seen Diaz try a couple of times with a long throw. Tougher on that far side with the advertising boards there. Can't really get as much of a windup. Back and forth in the air. Valfall gets ahead to it. Green wisely plays back the way he's facing. And Blanchette clears. Valfall commits the foul. On Fatai Alashe, that's going to be quite the battle over the last 20 minutes now. What we've seen from Valfall for Oakland, spectacular free kick to score the goal on Sunday. He struggled to stay on the field early in the season with a knock, but he's back towards 100%. Not starting tonight, of course, again with the very condensed schedule right now for Oakland. You're going to see some squad rotation. A really strong player in the midfield with quite the track record in USL Championship. Spent the last couple of years with St. Louis.
And he's a player that you want on the ball to connect players in. If you're an Oakland fan, an Oakland supporter, an Oakland player, you want him on the ball, you want him on the field, and it's a good sign for Coach Farrell and his squad to have him. Much like Alashe on the Sacramento side, he's a player who's going to dictate the tempo, connect players, get the confidence within the team rolling. And it's a really good, important battle between those two in the middle of the park tonight.
Clementa opens up. Seeing that first change now being prepared for Sacramento. Mario Penagos up at midfield, waiting to be summoned on, perhaps here, as this is out for a goal kick. And it's Dark Formella who will give way for Penagos. Not the player we maybe expected to see come out of this game, Ricky. But he never really grew into this game, Formella, the way we've seen him in the past.
Yeah, it was a tough shift for him. He wasn't able to get the ball going, to get that confidence within himself. A little quiet night. And let's look if Penagos can do something special. This game is calling for a little bit of magic from the player. And you know he's hungry to make his impact on this game in an introduction.
Penagos makes his 10th appearance on the season. No goals or assists to show for it yet. Moment of uncertainty there from Lacroix. Wasn't sure if Gomez would come out for it. With Diaz and Enriquez over on that right side. Had to go for the unusual diving header back to your goalkeeper, but whatever works in the end. Alashe not on the same page as Pennanen. Felipe maybe gets away with a handball, now has some space. Penagos, Pennanen, turn from Pennanen, and just cleared from Clementa.
And Felipe has been quite active on the left side. Much of the attack from Sacramento has come through him. But if you're Sac, you want to be able to connect those passes on top of the box. Too many loose giveaways, misplaced passes. And that's something, if you're Coach Briggs, you need to clean up in this last part of the game.
You've seen McCrary launch a couple of throws in this game. Doesn't seem inclined to this time. All the way back for Gomez. Made the big stop in the 64th minute on Bokila. Bokila should have done better with it in the end. Almost seemed like it caught him by surprise the way it fell to him and just reacted as quickly as he could.
Yeah, it was a bit of uncertainty there by Lacroix.
Flores comes through.
Great feet.
Back to Enriquez. Quarter hour to go with Ricky Lopez, Espen. I'm Joe Malfa. Thanks for joining us tonight. Wednesday night action here in USL Championship. The derby match between Oakland and Sacramento. Two teams in desperate need of points. Fall goes down. Clean play. The crowd at Las Positas actually seems to be kind of split between Sacramento and Oakland, the two local foes here in Livermore, California.
It's a great environment here. You know the fans are into it, and that just feeds off the energy for the players.
A nice setup as well, the bleachers and then the hill in the background. You see a lot of the fans camped out there on blankets on the hill, taking this one in. Bokila, numbers here if he would have gone quickly. Amarikwa in space. Quincy Amarikwa on debut, across, just out of the reach of Bokila. Retrieved by Enriquez. Back across towards Bokila, misses the diving header A little bit too strong. Ball fall, what a tackle.
Great spell here from Oakland, and if you're in Oakland, you love to see it. It didn't quite come off this time, but Amarikwa Bokila trying to connect. Great ball by Amarikwa to just scrape the surface of the 6-yard box. And if you're a forward, you need to crash that. You need to get something on that. But it's good signs for Oakland here. And look, they connect again.
Bokila puts in the challenge. He'll claim he got the ball. McCrary didn't think so. And now those two go at it right in front of William Hoffman, who's tasked with playing peacemaker. Things haven't really boiled over much tonight. In a way, we've seen it boil over the first 2 times these teams met. There's still plenty of time enough for that to happen, though. Some of the initial embers flaring here.
And it was a hard challenge from Bokila coming through the back of Fatai Alashe, but I don't think he had any ill will. But you love to see this from Jordan McCrary to kind of defend his team and his teammate and tell Bokila, that's a big no-no, you're not allowed to do this. Here's a hard challenge again. Fatai's away, comes through, no ill will, but just, it's a tough challenge.
It's a tough challenge, but on second look, it might have been a clean one from Bokila. Lindo Mafeka checking in for Danny Flores. The 4 players we mentioned, Ricky, at any given day for this Oakland team could start and be real benchmark starters in the roster. They were on the bench tonight. They're all in now.
And Mafeka's a special player. He can create a bit of magic, so look for him to be involved and make a really big introduction. He's a player that is comfortable on the dribble. He's comfortable in pressure. He can dribble through players, create for other players, finish. And he's a player that this game is screaming for, so look for him to get involved and to link up with Bokila, to link up with Amarikwa.
Belmar draws the foul here in a dangerous spot. Not a bad spot for Pennington to go right for goal if he chooses. From this angle, has the option for the cross as well.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot if I'm Blanquette. You don't know if he's going for the cross or he's going to go to goal. You have to be ready. And Pennington has had great service in throughout this match. So look for another one here. It's a really important ball here.
Body language indicating a cross, but might he surprise Blanchette at the near post here? It is a cross to the back post. Luis Felipe was there. It squirts all the way through. Julian Chavez entering the match for Sacramento. Cameron Iwasa will exit. Iwasa and Formella, the same could be said for both tonight. Just never really found the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, it was a tough night for the front 2 of Sac. And you need those 2 to get going if you're Mark Briggs. Those are your playmakers to score goals, to put the ball in the back of the net. And they had both hard nights, so want to forget and get some rest and move on to the next game.
Sacramento in a good position to start climbing the table themselves. Well, the way this game has been going, seems like they'd be more content to get a point than anything else. Oakland has been pressing for that goal. And the way the chances have fallen, almost a surprise they haven't gotten it quite yet.
Yeah, and you go back to that Bokila chance. What a gift that was from the Sac back line, a missed kick. And if you're Bokila, you need to put that in the back of the net. You're paid to be the number 9. You're paid to score goals, and what a chance that was. A ball on top of the 6. If you put it in any corner, it's a goal. But give credit to that man right there, Thomas Gomez, to stay big and keep that ball out of the net and keep it 0-0.
United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Mafeka out in space from Memo Diaz. Diaz sends a ball in, flicked onto the back post. Enriquez there. Enriquez pivots, trying to get a ball in. Double team there from McCrary and Chavez, and it's out for a corner. Powered by East Bay Community Energy. East Bay Community Energy providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more.
And it's good feet by Enrique to draw two players in. He looks up, there's no one in the box, no clear pass, so he dribbles, he twists, he turns, and he wins a corner kick for his team.
Enriquez lofts it towards the backside of the six. Header on, but wide. Kai Green rose for it.
And it's a good ball in by Enriquez. And Kai Green gets up. Good contact, but you want to see him put that on target in trouble, Tomas Gomez. But well done to win that header if you're the center back for Oakland. You need more of that in the box.
So many big targets on set pieces the rest of the way now for Oakland. Bokila, Green, ball fall. Not just on set pieces, anything that's coming in from out wide. We saw another flip-flop of the wings. Enriquez has come to the left side. Amarikwa now on the right. Mark Briggs was prepared for that look from Oakland. He knows they show a lot of them. Spent a lot of time watching their past two games against each other and other games, I'm sure, to try and pick up what the tendencies maybe are. But a team in Oakland that's going to show a lot of looks, keep the opposition guessing and on their toes. The only problem for Oakland has been, for all of that, they haven't had anything to show for it, or at least a lot to show for it over the last few games. Just a couple of goals, one against Las Vegas, one on a set piece against Tacoma. Other than that, in their winless stretch over the last 10 games, 9 of them, they've only scored 1 goal or less.
And that's why you bring someone in like Quincy Amarikwa to restart the defense, to get another sense of confidence within the team, to kind of refresh them, to get them going. And he's had a good impact since he's been in.
Another East Bay Community Energy corner kick. Visit ebce.org to learn more.
And it seems like much of the second half, Oakland has been pushing the envelope, pushing the pressure. They seem like they need, or they want the goal more.
Mafeka swings it in. Falls for Bokila. Meets it at the same time. And another corner coming. Now for Mafeka. Bokila seemed to hit it at the exact same time as Lacroix, canceled out. We'll just do it again here in the 85th minute.
And look for Bokila to get on the end of this. He's a big target, number 9. Makes his money in the air. Look for him.
Mafeka sends it Bokila's way. It's all the way through. Green was at the back post. Amarikwa was there. But it's sent over the goal in the end.
And it's a great ball in by Lindo Mafeka. And I don't think Amarikwa knows much about this. There's a big cluster in front of the goal, and it's a hard one. You know, he tries to put it on target, but it just comes too fast for him to react and puts it over the bar. And if you're Sac, you have to be able to relieve some of this pressure, get a couple passes together. They're giving the ball away far too easy.
Here is Pennanen as an option forward. And Penagos. Lacroix. Amarikwa tracking back defensively. Fisore sends it the other way.
And you love to see that from Amarikwa. He's a forward and he's tracking back into his box. Lead by example. And you know his teammates are respective of that. And it's going to motivate them to do the same and fight for each other.
That's how you endear yourself to your new club. Here his debut for Oakland. Came in around the hour mark. Has been with the team for a couple of weeks training. First official game after officially signing today. Enriquez nearly off to the races in some space there in the middle, but Alache wins it. McCrary back to Alache. McCrary again. Give and go, Penagos, Chavez. Challenge put in by Valfalt. Enriquez knocked out by Felipe.
And it's better there from Sac to move the ball. Quick little combination plays. Unlucky enough it didn't come off, but it's a great tackle by Wall to clear the danger and win the ball back for his team.
Blast off Takahashi. You can hear the intensity picking up from the benches. Jordan Farrell up out of the seat, hoping to will his team in their first victory since May 23rd. Be their second of the season. Lacroix knocked out by Amarikwa. As it stands, I'm told there'll be 4 minutes of added time. Still a couple more minutes though before that becomes official if we have any more stoppages. Bokila with a turn on Sargis. Taken down, wise foul. Alache is gonna go in the book. Not even a second thought about it. He's not gonna argue it either. That's a veteran player right there who committed a very veteran foul and knows his name is now gonna be in William Hoffman's book.
But if you're Bokila, you love this. You're able to roll your defender, use that big body to maneuver them. And it's a smart foul by Alache. If he doesn't put that challenge in, Oakland's off to the races. But it's good signs for Oakland. They need more of this in this last couple minutes. Get Bokila up. Get his confidence up.
Visore lofts it in, but right to Tomas Gomez. Gomez unhappy with his back line there. Goalkeeper sometimes never satisfied. Everything goes their way in the end. That ball was right into his hands, but knows they could have been a little crisper defensively.
As he should. He's the captain back there. He's the one who organizes it, and his backline better listen to him.
Bokila. Mafeka. Out for Diaz. Turning every which way, trying to get away from Lacroix in the 90th minute now here at Las Positas.
And it's well done by Lacroix to not give a silly foul there or bite or give any advantage to Oakland there. It's good defending to stay true, to stay tall.
Last off of Valfalt. Goal kick for Tomas Gomez. No shots on target still in the game for Sacramento. No shots, period, whether on or off target in the second half for Sacramento.
Yeah, it's been a rough second half. Hard to get anything going offensively. And you have to think losing Kieswetter there to be the pivotal point at the top as your number 9 has something to do with it. It's really hard to play when you don't have anyone to play off of to bring in the players underneath you. They've had a hard time to get anything going offensively, and the stats don't lie.
Kieswetter missing, Tucker Bone missing. Formella, Iwasa never really got into it tonight and were subbed out, both around the 70-minute mark. It's a tough day offensively for Sacramento, but the bright side for Sacramento is they're about 3.5 minutes away from continuing their unbeaten run to 5 games, despite the offensive issues they've held up on the defensive end. Bokila just misses that one. Takahashi puts it in the box all the way through and cleared away. Dicey moment there for Sacramento. He certainly seemed content now to just get out of here with a 0-0 draw. Enriquez sends it back post. Amarikwa was waiting for it, never fell. Lacroix able to knock it away. Sent in by Diaz. And Gomez is there.
Yeah, that first initial ball. Don't know if Gomez should have been out that far, but he wins it anyway. And it's shaky defending, but there, Felipe's there to clean it up for Sacramento and keep this game 0-0.
For the lack of shots from Sacramento, there haven't been a ton either from Oakland. 4 shots, just 1 on target in this second half. Not a perfect performance for either side, especially for Mark Briggs' side, but again, if you can get out of here, extending your unbeaten run to 5 games with 2 wins, 3 draws, you'll take that on a night where you didn't have your best stuff offensively. But all it takes is 1 chance, and they have a set piece here. Opportunity to whip in a ball. Pennanen has delivered a couple of strong crosses tonight from set pieces, and he'll venture over for this one.
Of course, if I'm Sac here, I would have liked 3 points, but if I can get out of here with 1 point, it's okay. But if Oakland, it's another chance missed. You want to get 3 points when you're at home. But I still think there's one more special chance here, Joe, for each team. So let's see if they can convert it. And maybe this is the one for Sac.
I think we were spoiled in that first game when they tied 3-3. Pennanen over all of his teammates, and Bokila clears. 3-3 at the end of that first one. The second meeting finished 0-0, and we're about 90 seconds away from the third meeting finishing 0-0. So 6 goals the first time around, and now nearly 4 consecutive halves of soccer without one between these two teams.
And what a defensive effort that is from Amarikwa to sprint from the top of his box to block a ball in from Lacroix. That's how you earn respect for your team. That's how you make a statement. Putting the effort, putting your heart on the sleeve and work for that team, work for your teammates, play for the badge. Well done for Quincy Amarikwa, and the fans loved it as well.
Now here for Oakland, positive note for them too here in a 0-0 draw would be the snapping of a 5-game losing streak. Just get a point in the column, help you on your way. Another home game coming up on Saturday against LA Galaxy 2, a team they have beaten once already this season. Pennanen floats one again, top of the box. Visore clears. Amarikwa picks up speed, finds Enriquez. Enriquez looks for an option, sends it over towards Bokila. Sargis heads it away. Ball fall, was winding up for the shot, never saw it. Penagos entering the fray. Connected with the body, not with the ball. And the opportunity goes by the wayside. Chavez, somewhere along the way, picked up a yellow card.
Like the story of the match, Oakland breaks well. They get numbers into attack, but the only thing that's lacking is that last ball to find a player in the box. Bokile made a good run to the back and unable to convert.
And that will be it from Livermore, California. A 0-0 draw between Oakland and Sacramento. Final score brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. Gomez preserved the clean sheet for Sacramento on that chance by Bokila in the 64th minute. And the rest of the way, there weren't too many more opportunities. These teams will take a point each in a goalless draw. Their second consecutive goalless draw against each other. The 3rd time these rivals have met in USL's newest derby. And it's the 3rd time they've taken a point each. They have one more match against each other to decide the season series. That'll come at the beginning of October. Be back in a moment to wrap this one up. 0-0 tonight at Las Positas College between Oakland and Sacramento.
What do you think about our new tagline?
Have you checked that on Urban Dictionary?
That's descriptive.
How's our checkout working?
I can't add it to the cart. The chat's in the way. Frustrating.
Eye-opening.
See it how your customer sees it with user testing.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. User testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Here to wrap this one up, Joe Malfa alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. Look at the full-time highlights from this one. A couple of chances there in the second half for Oakland, none for Sacramento, but it ends 0-0.
Yeah, they came out strong in the second half, and here's a good look, trying to bend that ball the top corner. But you love to see this from Oakland if you're coming out in the second half on the front foot. Good effort here from Harish.
Harish picked up an injury later in the game, did not return. Quincy Amarikwa checked in for his Oakland debut and nearly made an impact a couple of times.
And this is the chance of the game. If you're Bokeela, you need to put that in the corner. You need to be on the way to this corner and celebrate after scoring this goal. But well done to Tomas Gomez to stay tall and keep the ball out of the net.
Two-time Golden Glove winner in USL Championship comes up big at the other end. Wasn't really much to do for Blanchette. The only thing he had to do in this second half was deal with this. That'll probably give him a bruise tomorrow morning, but that's about it.
And I'm for Mel. I need to take this first time. There's not enough time in the box to bring it down and have another touch, but it's good, strong defending and goalkeeping by Blanchette.
82nd minute, a couple of corners came into play for Oakland, and they were close, but just not enough in the end.
Another look at a great ball in, but if I'm green, I need to put this on target. It's hard, it's tough, it's asking a lot, but do what you can and make Gomez make a save.
One last opportunity for Bokeela comes in this one. Very favorable bounce in the end for Oakland.
Again, like story of the night, it's a lot of last ball lacking to find someone in the box. And again, good secure hands by Gomez.
Look at the full-time stats brought to you by Puma. Another night where Oakland controlled the possession, had the opportunities, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, the game there was not much going on. But you have one chance. If you're Bokeela, you need to put that in the back of the net. And if you're Sac, you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out something, because there's not much going on in your attacking half. And I know Mark Briggs will get his boys right. And if you're Coach Farrell, you need your boys rested to go again soon.
Next up for both of these teams, games on Saturday. For Oakland, they return home to face LA Galaxy 2, looking to get back in the win column after snapping their losing streak tonight. And Sacramento, unbeaten in their last 5, they're home against Las Vegas on Saturday night. It ends 0-0 tonight from Las Positas College in Livermore, California. Oakland Roots, Sacramento Republic, 3 times against each other, 3 draws. We'll see if somebody can take the season series later in October. For my partner, Ricky Lopez-Espin, and the rest of our incredible crew, I'm Joe Malfa saying good night from Livermore, California.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.